Hello Year 2, welcome back to Tuesday's reading skills. Now today is going to be one of our fluency days. Now, as I explained to you last week, or even the week before, fluency days are just something which I introduced just so that the focus is purely on your reading that day, not on your ability to answer the questions, okay? So it's a day for you to catch up with the story if you haven't done that, and it's a day for you to, like I say, simply practice your reading, okay? So there won't be any questions that you need to answer today. However, during your fluency session, I want you to be thinking about the speed that you're able to read, maybe seeing if you could put some expression into your reading today for each of those different voices, to be able to read that independently, so without having to listen to me first or anything. Okay, so those are all skills that we are going to be working on today within our fluency. And with this book, I will try to do fluency every other day like I've been doing. So I know a lot of you found that very, very useful during the Fantastic box. So today we're going to be reading the rest of chapter 1. Okay, now like I said, on Monday's session on Teams, I attached a PDF copy of the book for you to look through, okay? Now, if you do have access to a printer at home and you've been able to print that off, that's wonderful, because that means you've just got your own copy of it that you're able to then read, okay? And the picture on the page you're looking for looks like this one. If you don't, do not panic, okay? Because I have put it up on the screen for you as well. Okay, now, just like we always do, I would love for you to pause the screen and have a go at reading it before I do, okay? Because in that way, you will be practicing your fluency, okay? However, I will be going through it. So if there's any words that you get stuck on, do not worry too much, because I will go through them with you, okay? Just going to see if I can make it a little bit bigger, because I'm just mindful that maybe some of you are looking on a smaller screen. Okay, so pause the screen now and have a go at the rest of chapter 1. Let's all have breakfast, Mrs. Lambchop said. Then Stanley and I will go and see Dr. Dan and hear what he has to say. In his office, Dr. Dan examined Stanley all over. How do you feel? He asked. Does it hurt very much? I felt sort of tickly for a while after I got up, Stanley Lambchop said, but I feel fine now. Well, that's mostly how it is with these cases, said Dr. Dan. We'll just have to keep an eye on this young fellow, he said, when he had finished the examination. Sometimes we doctors, despite all of our years of training and experience, can only marvel at how little we really know. Mrs. Lambchop said she thought Stanley's clothes would have to be altered by the tailor now. So Dr. Dan told his nurse to take Stanley's measurements. Mrs. Lambchop wrote them down. Stanley was 4 feet tall, about 1 foot wide, and ½ an inch thick. And that's the end of chapter 1. I'm just going to go over a bit of vocab in case you didn't know what any of those words meant. So tailor, okay, a tailor is someone who adjusts or alters your clothes. So it says here, Mrs. Lambchop said she thought Stanley's clothes would have to be altered by the tailor. So if you have something altered, that means that they make changes to an item of clothing so that it fits you better, okay? Now, because Stanley's was so flat, Mum was worried that he would need to have his clothes altered and changed, so the tailor would do that. So to help them out, the nurse took his measurements. Now, if you have got a tape measure or something at home, you might even be able to use your tape measure to measure out how big Stanley actually was now. So as the book says, he was about 4 foot tall, about 1 foot wide and ½ an inch thick. Okay, so you could potentially do that at home just to see, out of interest, how big Stanley was. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the rest of chapter 1. I'm certainly looking forward to having a look at chapter 2 tomorrow, and I will see you then. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Bye.